Hi, welcome to my new Python calculator tutorial. Let me just show you guys how this works. It works just like any other calculator. Okay, so and it's much easier than the previous calculator I developed using Python. So I just feel I should share it with you guys. So let's go back into Python itself and put one of these together. Okay, we close this and start a new tutorial entirely. So let's start by importing as follows from Tinker or Tinker import, let's say import all there. Okay, now let's give our system a name. So I'm just going to call it calc. Okay, and say tk, enter parentheses, and the next thing I'll do is let me just give it a title. I can just call it calculator anyway, so that's alright. So let's just call it calculator. Yeah, that'll be the title. Let's declare as follows. I think I'm going to need an operator there. Let's go for an operator that I will enter everything into. This operator, the whole idea is just to hold on to any of the input. Then let's go for, let me say, text inputs. I'll be using that just for the numbers anyway. Okay, and make that string variable. Okay, and let me just close it here. So just close it here. Let's say calc dot main loop. Okay, asking the system to loop. So this will be the end of the whole program. So the next thing I want to do now is let me define my text box really. So right here I'll call my text box txt display, right, and txt display equals, let me use enter, so that'll be text box. Okay, so call, which is the name, you can call it whatever you like. Some people call it app root or whatever. I just call my calculator or something similar. Okay, now let's go for fonts. My font in this case, let's make that Arial. That's my font there, and comma there, the size, let's make that 20. That might be too much, but that's okay. And just make it, let's make it bold. Alright, so now the property text variable. Okay, text variable equals, that'll be my input here, this very input. Okay, let's copy that. I'm going to paste that in there. Let's just correct this spelling here, that's wrong. Right, I think that's right now. Okay, now the border, let's make that 30 and insert width for this text box. I think 4 we do. Okay, let's say comma so that you guys can see it. I'm gonna say enter. And the back color, let's go for powdered blue. That's a very nice color. Yeah. All right, now let's justify all of the data that we enter. Let's justify it right. Okay, most calculator the data is right anyway. All right, justify it right, and just, oh yeah. All right, so close the bracket, and now let me define my grid. Okay, ask it to column. column span. Let's make that to span maybe 5. No, let's make it 4. Okay. Okay, so I think that'll be all for the display itself. That might give us an error. We meant to enter an apostrophe there, so let's save that first. So come here and just save it. I'll just save it maybe on my desktop, anywhere. Just come in here, just save it right there. Okay, just call it maybe calculator 2. Alright. Okay, calculator 3 underscore lambda function. Okay, I'll just call it lambda function so I don't forget, because I'm going to be using lambda function, so that's fine. Save. Okay, let's just see what we've done so far. If I run it now, let's see what's going to happen. We have our framework right there, so I think there's an error here. Let's sort that out. Look at the title and this. Okay, let's go back in there and just see what I've done wrong there. Okay, look at the spelling of the title. That's wrong. Yeah. All right. Okay, title is corrected. Let's give it a try again. Right there, guys, that's what we've done so far. That's my inputs right there, so nothing is happening now. So the next thing I want to do is just to add some buttons here. So let's see if we can do that. Let's come right down here and add the following buttons. Okay, now guys, let's create one button and see and take it from there. So I'm just gonna call it BTN7 equals button. Okay, that is the object button. I've just called that, so the system should recognize that. So I will now call the name of my app, which is right there. It's called call. Let's put some padding in there with that 16. That might be too much, but that's okay. So make that border, just put 8 on that. Then let's make let's make that black. Okay, that's for the, and the next thing, let's get the text in there. The font, sorry, make that font area as well. Let me just copy this instead of typing. Yeah, copy that and paste it right there. Yeah, that's fine. It makes life easier. Okay, now comma. Now I'm going to press enter because I intend to start the second line, because if I continue you guys might not be able to see it. So let's start the second line here. So that's where I will now define what would be on my button. So that would be button 7. Okay, comma. Well, let's just close it since we don't have a defined function yet. So we close that dot grid. Okay, and I'll just make that row equals 1. So that's row 1. The column in this case would be column 0. Okay, so column equals 0. So let's give that a try and see. Alright, let's save. Hopefully I think everything is fine. Right there, we have our button there. We've just created one button. Okay, so maybe just copy and paste for the other buttons. Okay, for the other buttons, I'm just going to copy this now since I've already defined my button. So this one will be button 8, button 9. So let's make this 8 and 9. Okay, the pattern is X, so maybe I should change that, I don't know, but let's save it first. Oh no, I now need to define my column. So this one will be column 1 and column 2. So that'll be 0, 1, 2. Okay, let's define one more button. and paste that there. This button, I will call this addition. Right, so that's button addition. On button addition, I will have the sign plus. This is supposed to be 9 and this is 8. Okay, so let's see how it will look like. Run the program and let's take it from there. Alright, we have 7, 8 plus. Let's see what must have happened to button 9. The problem is I have column 2 and column 2 here. That should be column 3. So run it again. Let's see. Alright, so you see that, guys, we have 7, 8, 9. So what we just need to do now is just to copy and paste. Okay, all I'm just going to do now is copy all of these. Just copy, why not? Copy it and just paste it there. Or before that, or maybe I should change the back color. Let's come in here and change the background color. Let me change the background color. Since the font color is black, change the background color to rhyme with the text box itself. Okay, let's just do that before copying it. Alright. Okay, take this off. Don't cause an error. Alright, so let's run it and see. Okay, that's how it's looking now. The font color is black, the background color is sky blue, so that's fine. So let's continue. So I'm just going to copy this. Since all of the buttons are defined, take it down, paste. So the next row, which is this, so let's just put a break in there. That's for my next row, and next row will be row number 2. So let's just change all of these to row 2, 2 and 2 and 2, and this one that will become button 4. This will become button 5. That will become button 6, and we have 4 here, 5, 6. So we just change the name of this to subtraction. There. So that's taken care of. Let's run it and see. We need to change this sign as well to subtraction. Right, so let's run it and see. Right there, guys, that's looking good. Okay, alright, so the next thing we want to do now, I don't know why this one looks a bit shrink, but that's fine. The next thing we want to do is just to copy both, and I'll just speed that up. Let's speed it up so you guys now get the idea. Copy, paste, and paste the second one, the fourth one actually. So this will become row number 3. Why this become row 4? The column numbers remains the same. So if I run it before changing the whole component on this, let's change 1 or 2, then you guys see the rest. So let me just run it and see. I'll change it later on. And there, that's how the system looks right now. So I just need to change these ones, and all of these are fine now. Okay, right, so that's our calculator. That's correct, and this will become button 1. That'll be 2, 3, and this one is multiply. Alright, let's multiply right there, and this one will become, okay, this button will become button 0, this will become button, maybe button clear, or btn clear, btn clear, and this will become btn, let's say btn equals, and this one is division, okay, division right there. So we have all of that in place. Change this one to equal sign, and this one becomes capital letter C, and Y, this one becomes 0. Alright, let's just copy this and change that. Let's enter Y there, paste, and just comma, and enter letter Y. Okay, hopefully that will sort it out for us. That will surely sort it out anyway, that's no big deal. Okay, right, paste this here. Alright, so that's just for the bottom row. So I will show you guys how it looks. Let's run it, then I'll just speed up the rest. Okay, you can see that now. Look at the bottom row, how that looks like. I think it looks much better. Okay, let me just speed it up. Alright, just paste this in here, speed that up. Okay, all done now. So I now have padded X and padding Y as well, so both 16. The choice is yours, whatever you like to enter for your padding. So I'm just, let me just run it and we'll take it from there. Okay, that is how it looks. I feel this is much better. Okay, that's my own taste anyway. I feel this much better. Now that the buttons are created, let's come here and start work on the, or define some functions. Okay, we have all the rows ready. Let's define some functions up here. Okay, we start by declaring as follows. So let's say declare, that's it, that's how it's written in Python. So declare btn, I'm just going to call it btn click. That'll be for my buttons. Enter my parentheses, and what I want you to enter will be numbers. Okay, make sure you enter a column there. Then let's declare a global variable. This global variable, I'm going to just call that operator. Yeah, operator, that's fine, which I've already called here somewhere. That's it. Okay, now I'll just say operator equals operator, operator equals operator plus string value of number is numbers. Okay, there. Alright, so that's my operator. Then call my input here, this very input, text input, and that'll be dot text. What are the texts? So that'll be the operator. Right, now that is done, I'm now going to use, let's call Lambda function right here. Let's say command equals Lambda. This is an invisible function, you guys will not see it, but the system will recognize and understand whatever you call it. Equals click, and that's button 7. Okay, so now click enter 7 there. Alright, that's my Lambda function there. and right here, oh, there's an error here, take that off, get rid of that. There should be equals, and here that's supposed to be a comma, right? So let's see what will happen if I run it now with this lambda command. Let me just put it right here so that it will be consistent. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now run it and see, save. Okay, that's brilliant. You see that? You see that, guys? So all I just need to do is to copy that same lambda function now, just add it to all of these other buttons. So now come in here, copy it, and come right down here, paste it for button 8, change this to 8, come right down, change this to 9, right, take care of button number 4, change this to 4, button 5, change that to 5, and I'll just speed it up now that you guys get the whole idea. Okay, we can use that for, yeah, we can also use it for minus anyway, lambda function, and that will just be minus. Let's enter that in quotes. Okay, and I left this one out, paste that in there, enter quotes, that'll be for plus. Okay, now so we need, that'll be 1. Okay, let me just speed that up anyway. Okay guys, I've entered the lambda command for all apart from the clear button and the equal button. So those ones we have their own command. Alright, let me just show you how it works for now. Have a good look at all the codes, lines of codes before I run it. Okay, let's run it now. Run the program. So we have 7, 8, 9, and so on. Okay, let's check out our operators. Those are our operators. The clear is not working, 0 is working, and the plus sign is not working. Okay, now let's take care of the clear function first. So with the clear function, just enter, press enter there, and we declare another, we define another function there. So I'm just going to call it btn clear. I think I've used btn clear before, btn clear text. Okay, btn clear display, all right, yeah, btn clear display, that's cool, and enter parentheses, nothing in there. Okay, to clear it, declare the same global variable. Let me just copy it instead of copy, paste it right there, and this operator itself, we want it cleared. Get rid of this, and we want the text here, copy text input, and we just set that to clear. That's it. So that's the clear taken care of. So all we then need to do is to use the command to call this very declaration. So copy that and come right down here where it says btn clear, right there. Okay, comma, command equals the btn clear, this very one. Okay, so if I run it and enter whatever data I want in there, let's see what will happen. Enter whatever value you want in there and just clear. You see that, guys? Okay, this is easier than the previous calculator I made in Python. It's taking me a long time, having to carry out a lot of research. Okay, now that's looking good. And finally, let's take care of the main one, the equals. let's come here and just call that. So we call that btn equals input, btn equals input, and let's enter our, okay, btn equals input. I'm just going to copy all of this anyway. Let's copy it all, come down in here, paste that. Since we have our global variable declared, all we just need to do is let's use what I'll call the call. I'm just going to call that sum up. Okay, sum up equals string value, and let's use e value of whatever operator is entered. Okay, right there. Now we now need inputs. The input, we should set that to sum up, which is right here. Let's copy that and paste that in there, and we need to now let's empty our operator. Okay, I think that should do it now. Let's come and look at it and see. Yeah, I think everything looks like it's gonna be all right. So let's run it and just have a look. No, I need to add this to my equals button, btn equals. Let's come right down here, right here. So the command, let's say command equals btn equals input. So now run the program and see what will happen. Now we have an error. Let's see, command, there's supposed to be a comma here. Enter a comma. Now run it again and see. Right there. So I enter my data plus 6. There guys, clear that. Times 3. Alright. Minus. Yeah, that is working. Okay, let's say 52 divided by, that is fine guys. So that's how you develop a calculator using Lambda function in Python. So let me show you guys the codes again before I say bye for now. Let's show you the codes. Have a good look at the lines of codes. Take it down the display, and here those are the buttons for rule 1, rule 2, and rule 3. The buttons used for rule 3, and finally rule number 4. And right here, that's where I ended that's where I end my program. Okay, so with that guys, I'm gonna call it the end of this tutorial, and bye for now. Suppose you all enjoy. Do subscribe to my channel. You all have a nice day now.